of the National Football League. Please welcome your 2026 Denver Broncos. Will Lutz
To kick off, here's Will Lutz. And Monday Night Primetime is underway. Machine Ali on the return. And he spins right by him. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So the Ravens offense taking over for the first time here. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
A decade plus before Lamar, it was a guy named Michael Vick who was the standard for dual-threat quarterbacks. Well, today, that standard is Lamar Jackson, who at his best is an MVP-caliber player, and the most exciting player, not just at his position, but in all of football. And don't let that running overshadow the strides he's made as a passer, too, in the pocket and as a franchise quarterback to build upon.
His pass is complete. That's Zay Flowers. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. The rookie from Texas there on the tackle.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Jackson keeping it himself. Shoots away from one. Gets some space around midfield. And this is going to take him up and across midfield there at the opposing 45. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did. Tote the ball himself for a big run.
Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. Pressure coming, it's Jackson. Pass into the hands of Mark Andrews. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. And it's a gain of 12 on that one. And that's going to be a Baltimore first.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
First and 10 from the 32. Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Drew Sanders that time on the stop.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Play action now with Jackson. Complete Derrick Henry. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. They'll get 16 yards on that play. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
Baltimore first down. A gain of 16 yards. First down, Baltimore.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
From the gun, a run for Henry. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
That linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field. All I'm thinking about right now, Kate, training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Short pass brought in. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. This is going to be play number 8 of this drive as they set up for 3rd and 5. Lamar now from the gun. And he scores. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens finish up an excellent opening series. Zay Flowers, the touchdown. Well, we all know, Brock, you want your players to get better as the game goes on and as they settle into a contest. But, man, it is tough to imagine this guy getting any better than he was on that opening drive, huh?
Yeah, you hear me all the time just talk about getting a quarterback in the rhythm, right? Yeah. Just the feel of the game. Yeah, you can't be much better than that. A perfect 5 for 5 and finish it off for 6. That is a sweet feeling heading to the sidelines.
His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So they got him for roughing the kicker. They're going to put that penalty yardage on the spot of the ensuing kickoff. All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. So we'll see the Broncos offense now for the first time. They'll be led out by the former first-rounder out of both Oregon and Auburn. It's Bo Nix.
At his best, Bo Nix is a point guard facilitating an offense, getting that ball in and out of his hands as quickly as possible, but don't you dare sleep on his legs because he will hurt you with his athleticism too. And oh, by the way, did I mention a maturity well beyond his years?
As a man, that's Cortland Sutton. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
Nix from the gun. Finds a man. Adam Troutman has it. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
First down.
I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
Gets it downfield, on target to Sutton. And they bring him down, but not before he advances it all the way to the 20. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
Has it at the 7. And he's brought down after a great gain. That's going to set up first and goal.
Move the chains! Got to move them chains! Build momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's first and goal. They'll throw again. Nix. And he gets it in. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos finish off their opening drive. It's a Troy Franklin touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on a football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. He sure did.
Will Lutz now on for the extra point. He hits it true despite some issues with that snap. And the Broncos respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to center away. LeJohntay Wester to return it. Things going well so far. All right, some good work on that run back, Brock. He gets this to the 33. Now we'll get set to see the Baltimore offense for the second time. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. First down now, ball at the 33. Play fake, Jackson. Connects on the crosser. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first. No doubt they'll take a repeat of how this game began, Brock, and that play has them on their way towards it.
Scripting for success. They'll keep pressing the advantage, too, until some resistance has got to finally appear.
On 1st and 10, it's Henry. Winning there full steam ahead, but he ran out of steam pretty quickly. No gain on that one.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Here's Lamar. He'll set up the screen for Henry. And he's tackled after a nice pickup, but we've got a flag down. This could wipe that play away.
Offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Drop this one down for Henry. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. 3rd and long. They're going to throw. Throwing this one back of the end zone. And he sails that one over the end zone. Took his shot at 6 that time. So that brings up 4th and long. Great play defensively there to just get a hand in there and deny that touchdown.
That's exactly right. Active hands and aggressive mindset. As a DB, you've got to assume that every throw is going to be a touchdown. And you're the last line of defense, the guy that's got to make the play on the ball, and he just did.
Ooh, errant snap, but he gets what he can behind this one. He signals for the fair catch and brings it in. So the Broncos headed out for their 2nd drive of the game. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. Broncos to the line now. It's 1st and 10. First run of the game for J.K. Dobbins. He dodged the tackle. And he will get to that 30-yard line before they stop him. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Play action with Mix. To his back, J.K. Dobbins. And he's forced out of bounds after picking up about 7.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
2nd and 3 now. Now an inside handoff to Dobbins. They stop him at the 39. No first yet, but they've got 3rd and very short coming up.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play that just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
Mix now, 3rd and 1. Complete beyond the marker. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
1st and 10 now from the 46. They run the counter with Dobbins. And he takes it up and across midfield into Ravens territory. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
They run it. Here's R.J. Harvey. And they're going to bring him down, but not until he gets it down to their 32-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the Stix.
That's another Broncos 1st down.
We're through one on Monday Night Primetime. Both teams neck and neck so far. We'll get you back to Mile High after this. We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. On the draw to give to Harvey. And they are set up excellently. This is down to the 18. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10. Mix holds on to it. And he takes this one in for the Denver touchdown. The Broncos take a 2nd quarter lead. It's a Bo Nix touchdown. My partner up here is pumping his fist after that one. That is how you run an option as a quarterback. Good read to hang on to it and do it himself.
Yeah, because I could never do that, not even close. But when the defense overplays and you run that option, you get that good 2-on-1, more times than not, they will commit to the more dangerous guy, the running back. But you leave a lane, this quarterback can do some damage as well.
Extra point try now from Lutz. The point after splits the uprights. And the Broncos break that tie and now lead by 7.
14, Ravens 7.
Here's Lutz, set to kick this away. Ali to return it. He stopped on the run back at the 27. Baltimore running its offense out now. They They've stalled out since that first touchdown, Brock, while their opponents have done the opposite. They've heated up, and their original 7-point lead, now a deficit of 7. Ravens to the line now. 1st and 10. The drive begins with Henry. And they'll take this ahead for 7. We've got 2nd and 3 now.
That is just a great drive start. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable 2nd down.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2. Jackson, quick pass wide. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
Oh, man, these are the kind of plays you can't wait to get on film and watch the next day. Look at the fellow pass catchers. Look at the guys getting out in front, helping on that screen pass. Get your player in space, your buddies do the rest around you, and a big play follows.
1st and 10, he keeps it on the option. And that zone read goes nowhere. They didn't even get back to the line. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
Finds him over the middle. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Trying to get it with the option. And this is going to go in the wrong direction. He loses just about the amount of yards they needed to get there. It's going to be 4th down.
QB runs can be some of the most difficult plays for these defenses, but not for the defense right there. Did their homework, and they get an A+ for how they defended that play.
The Ravens getting ready for the punt. The Broncos have Marvin Mims deep to return. Ooh, snap came in slow, but he got it away. And this is the punt you want every time. He bounces out of bounds and sticks them inside their own 10. The Broncos running their offense out once again. They have played lights out on offense. Scored their first 2 times out, Brock. A chance to go 3 for 3 and grow that lead here. All right, Denver getting everybody set. So they've got 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Lofts it deep right side. Well, they took their shots, but unsuccessful on that 1st down throw. Swatted away by the defense. So first time we've seen one of his passes hit the ground this game, Brock. He had been perfect before that one.
Well, we hear it and we know it, right? The team that makes fewer mistakes in this league typically wins the game. Yeah, that was what would you call a first mistake throwing the ball, and they still got the lead thanks to earlier efforts.
2nd down. Here's Nix again. They're trying to set the screen. Dobbins. So a solid gain there, Brock, but still 3rd down and short that they've got to figure out now as they pick up 9 on that previous play.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
Here we go. Goal line formation coming out on 3rd and inches. Nix trying to sneak it. And they're going to down him by contact as they've got enough for a new set of downs.
That's more than a must-get for a quarterback. I really put that in the always-get territory. Even if the defense knows what's coming, you got to be able to drive forward for at least a couple inches.
To the line and set. Here we go. 1st down. It's a design boot. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go and let that pass rush get home.
Second down and 19 yards to go after that sack. Shotgun snap to Nix. Left side now, caught by Sutton. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Third down, line to gain 9 yards out. Third and long for him here. And this one is launched downfield. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
He's got it. That's going to be a first and more. And he gets him something back on that return. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield. Now the Ravens all set for another possession. And there is room for improvement from that previous drive. Stalled out, necessitated a call to that punt team.
Yeah, and in these situations, I always love reminding the offense that first down. Just move the chains the first time to get yourself into rhythm, because you don't want to see that punter anytime soon.
Great spot to start a drive in here. Ravens headed up 1st and 10. Henry gets it here to start the drive. And that's an 8-yard chunk to start this one. That brings up 2nd and 2.
While that run may not move the chains, Kate, that is such a confidence builder. Sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
First down carry got him 9 yards. Here comes 2nd and 1. Zone read, they'll hand off to Henry. Nearly broke even, but the defenders followed that zone read well. It's going to cost him about a yard. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Now Jackson on 3rd down. He's able to hit Flowers, caught. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them. And the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to get this down to the 36.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
2nd and 7 at the 36-yard line.
2nd down now. They need 7. From the gun, Jackson. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be blocked down at the 23-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's going to be a Baltimore first.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10. It's Henry on the counter. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run. So it'll be 2nd and long upcoming on the other side of this 2-minute warning. More on Monday Night Primetime in just a moment. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Out of the gun. Here's Jackson. Finds the in route complete. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
Hey, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes, just like that.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. So they take their shot for the end zone, Brock, rather than focusing on that first down marker. And now they've got a decision to make.
Yeah, I think with that incompletion, they made the decision. You better send that field goal team on. They took their shot. They just couldn't finish it.
All right, they made the red zone, and it's touchdown or bust, it seems. They were lining up to go for this. 4th down, he calls his own number on the option. And forget this first down. He's made as he got to the line. They're not going to get this. This is a turnover on downs.
Kate, that is all about the eyes of the defense, keyed in on the quarterback. Whether it was going to be a run or a throw, that defense was so locked in, they hold him short of the sticks.
So here comes the Bronco offense. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Quick on the draw here to Dobbins. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
Sometimes the surprises work out for a nice gain. And sometimes, well, those surprises, they don't surprise anybody, and you're left hoping your running back just gets up.
Offense at the line, but they won't snap it. We've got a timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. They break the huddle. It's 2nd down now. Nix from the gun. Short pass brought in. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Third and just 2 to go. Here he is on 3rd and short. Waddle makes the catch. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward. Now the Broncos take their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. We've set it downs for him from the 31. On 1st down, it's Nix. Hits him on the in route. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
He'll throw it. Flush shot out to his left. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further. So a 1-possession game, Brock, after our first 2 quarters. Now let's throw it over to our pal Scott Hansen. He's got our halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the 3rd quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Thanks for that update, Scotch. Welcome back, everyone, for the third quarter. Got a one-touchdown game here as we get you back down to the field. All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Here's R.J. Harvey on the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Denver offense now with the football first to begin quarter number 3. And they take the field in good but not great shape, Brock. They've got that lead, but no doubt they'd love to see it grow.
Yeah, just having the lead does take some pressure off. It doesn't change the sense of urgency. It's always on tilt in the NFL, but it should allow them to operate a little more freely.
Broncos to the line now. It's 1st and 10. A give to Dobbins to start the third. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 31-yard line.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Motion man is the tight end. He's going left. On 2nd down, here's Dobbins. He sure was fighting, Brock, but in the end, just too many defenders. They take him down behind the line. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
3rd and long for Nix. Oh, he missed that one, and he knew it. Put it behind his guy, and now it's 4th down.
Kate, I've talked to you over the years, the transition to the NFL where the windows to throw are small. On 3rd down, smaller. Put dime defense on the field, and those windows become almost non-existent.
Here comes the Broncos punting unit. Jeremy Crawshaw, the one who's going to send this away. Runs this clean at the 30. And he's brought down before the return gets far. We see the Ravens making their way out now. They passed on the field goal, didn't get it on 4th down. Interested to see what they do if a similar situation arises on this next possession. The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Henry. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Well, that's just about textbook defense and how to shut down an RPO. The coverage was tight, the numbers were up, and then the bodies were there to stuff that run before it could get going.
2nd and 10. Need something positive here. Shotgun snap to Jackson. He's got it over the middle. And it doesn't get much, up to maybe their own 40. Last season's Defensive Player of the Year, Pat Surtain, hauling him to the ground.
3rd down.
Broncos go with a dime look here on 3rd down. They'll throw, 3rd and long. It's complete, play made by Bateman. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. They get 27 on the play. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
A gain of 27 on the play. 1st down, Ravens.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Get to Henry on the inside handoff. And he gets this one down inside the 30. That's a gain of 5.
27-yard line.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets them just as many yards as a short completion would have.
Offense to the line. This is 2nd and 4. Now here's Lamar. Dialing up a receiver screen. They come crashing down on that receiver screen, and they take him down behind the line.
You call that receiver screen, and every once in a while, that wide receiver, well, he's got to be his own blocker. He's got to make the first guy or two miss. That didn't happen. Play goes nowhere.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Third and long. They're going to throw. Now a hit, and Jackson loses the ball. Oh, the Broncos get to this one. And they can't cobble a return together, but they do have the football. They've got it on their side of the field.
3rd down, you could see he may have been trying to simply do too much to help his side. It loosened his hold on the ball and gave that defense a chance to knock it free. Instead of facing 4th down, they're off the field completely.
Denver ready for another offensive possession. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Next, quick out wide, complete. And he'll get this up to the 33-yard line. Nate Wiggins getting up to end that play.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Has it downfield, working the left. Gets it to the 15. Touchdown, Denver! The Broncos capitalize on the turnover and add to their lead. It's a Troy Franklin touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Extra point try now from Lutz. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Broncos double their lead to 14.
Broncos 21, Ravens 7.
Here's Lutz, set to kick this away. Here's Western on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. Now Baltimore returning its offense to the field of play. They watch their fumble turn into points, so feeling maybe a little bit of an urge to make up for that now in this series. Getting a pistol formation here first as they come to the line. From the pistol, Henry. He starts out this drive with a nice gain of 8, 2nd down.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Last run got him 9, so now they need one more here on 2nd down. Another run for Henry. And they'll take him down after he advances this up to about the 43. It's a gain of 12 on that one, and that's going to be a Baltimore first.
Danger, Kate. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
First and 10 from the 43. Lamar off the play fake. He takes it himself. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Kid, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass. It was a scramble. But the Nets, the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Here's Henry on the option. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
It's a gain of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
The Broncos bringing out an extra DB on 3rd down. A motion a tight end left. Jackson out of the gun on 3rd. That's caught for the first. And they're going to be working from the red zone as he reaches the 16. They'll pick up a 34 yards on that play. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
That's just awesome, Kate. A little bit of multitasking on that catch. Primary focus, as I always say, is you got to catch it first. But out of the corner of his eye, he knew exactly where to go, and he gets a bunch of yak on top of it.
A draw now. This is Henry. That's outside. He is a little bit there. About 3 yards. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
You know, some positive yardage there, Kate, but just as important, they're mixing up their play calling, and they could very well be setting up the defense for a big play later.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Lamar. He'll set up the screen for Henry. And they're going to have 1st and goal as he gets this down to the 4.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. But so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Lamar's going to keep this one. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal.
Send a pretty clear message to the QB right there on that one. No one fooled for a second as they create the tackle for loss.
Backed up to the 8 here. It's 2nd and goal. Pistol snap to Jackson. And in for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. Zay Flowers, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Here's Luke for the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Ravens chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Ravens 14.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Harvey now to return it. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Denver set to take the field on offense. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
All right, Denver getting everybody set, so they've got 1st and 10. they'll start this series with an option left. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
Now a toss play with Dobbins. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain, so Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
A 1-yard gain brings up 3rd and 6.
All right, we've reached the final quarter of Monday Night Primetime. It's the Broncos with the ball, trying to close out what would currently be a win. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. To the air on 3rd and long. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
There's not a quarterback alive that enjoys throwing it away on 3rd down. But that's a good case right there of live to play another day. Live to play another series, and don't put the ball in harm's way.
So out now comes the punter. And he'll try to hit this one well. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. The Ravens and Lamar Jackson ready to go again on offense. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Great spot to start a drive in here. Ravens headed up 1st and 10. Trying down the middle with Henry. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's going to be a Baltimore first.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
Jackson keeping it himself. Oh no, the ball is loose! But I think a Raven was able to gain possession there, so they're going to keep the football. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Ooh, so close to a big play defensively there, Brock, but now these guys got to stay out there. They were unable to bring in the fumble. They just forced.
They do got to bring a little bit of juice, but kind of like a boxer when they get a guy cut, they know. Man, if I get that first cut, I can make them bleed. And you get that ball out the first time, I guarantee you, I promise you, those guys are thinking they'll get it the next.
This is going to take him into the red zone. He's down at the 16-yard line. They strike for 23 yards. And that's good for a Ravens first down. Double coverage, deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
Why in the heck do you need 2 or 3 plays when you can get it done in one effective call right there? Go from 1st down to 1st down, exactly the tempo offenses love.
They can decide to play for the tie or win later. First, they've got to reach that end zone. It's 1st and goal. Lamar now from the gun. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Ravens now trailed by just a point in the 4th. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. His 3rd total score in this game. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith. right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist, and you got to be an artist that can create when things break down, and that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the fourth.
21 apiece.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Harvey now to return it. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The Broncos offense all set to go. They're headed out there after just watching their lead disappear, but going off of that, an opportunity does exist now for an immediate answer.
And I'm going to say the quiet thing out loud here, Kate. There is a part of this offensive group that just loves this opportunity. They get the chance right now to answer, and not just that, but possibly come up with a game-winning drive.
Starting out trips right here, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Nix. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. So it's 2nd down coming up.
That's a throw at this level. So much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. Got to be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
Nix again on 2nd and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be out of bounds just before reaching the 30.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Nix. He's got Sutton complete. Free inside the 30. And he has it down near the red zone, just outside the 20.
I love this, Kate. No issues at all going to this receiver in the short field because they know at any time when this man touches the ball, he can transform a short completion into a big play.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Shotgun handoff to Harvey. Next snap coming inside the red zone, Brock. He picks up 9 on the play.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football on defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to, and keep them from piling on those yards.
2nd down, give to Harvey. And a big gain followed by a little bit of a loss here. Defense getting the better of him on that run.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Here they go, getting set for 3rd and 4. Nix from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to have enough for the 1st down, not by much. But he got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal.
And the Broncos 1st down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Here's Nix. Makes the catch. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
It's always nice to see teams still employ a fullback. I love rewarding the big guy with some touches during a game. They earn those looks. That was a well-run route, and he showed some soft hands to bring it in.
Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. Throwing here, Nix. And through the back of the end zone and out of bounds.
Kate, how many times have we sat in meetings and heard from offensive coordinators, get down to this area, we got to be able to run it. You got to be able to run it. Well, you get dime coverage, so you know what you should do? Run it!
Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for 3rd and goal. They'll throw again. Nix. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now it's decision time on 4th and goal.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Tracking for it, and it's good! And they take the lead in the 4th quarter.
That field goal gives them the lead for the moment, Kate, but you don't feel comfortable when you look up at that scoreboard. This one isn't over, and that lead certainly isn't safe.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away.
To kick off for the Broncos.
Ali to return it. Escapes the defender. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Ravens send Zay Flowers ready for another look on offense. And I think by this point we can all agree, Brock, that he is not going to be stopped until the clock stops at the end of this game. He just continues to make catches count in this second half. First call here coming from the shotgun. From the gun, a run for Henry. They'll bring him down, but not before he picks up 7, Brock, to begin this drive.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
This is Henry on 2nd. And he's tackled with a 1st down yardage.
A gain of 9 yards.
Most of the people watching will forget about that play in a couple minutes, but the coaches won't forget. He has that filed away the next time he really needs to pick up a few yards.
1st and 10 now from the 46. Running once more with Henry. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Short pass brought in. And they make the tackle at the 38. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that's going to be a Baltimore first.
I think one of my first welcome to the NFL moments, Kate, was my first rookie mini camp. And in the West Coast system, and Mike Holmgren, who taught like Bill Walsh, it wasn't just getting a completion, it was putting it right on the spot so the receiver could do damage like we just saw.
He finds him over the middle. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning here in Denver. Ravens down by only 3. Offense to line. This is 2nd and 4. Shotgun snap to Jackson. This one's to Andrews out right. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, they got him down before he could do any more damage in terms of yards. That's no easy job, mind you, tackling a big tight end. But the main damage had already been done. He kept this drive going by getting beyond the line of game.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. This is Cox going right back to Andrews. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 17-yard line.
Just a yard left to go on second down. Here he is to throw. He's got Andrews. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. That one gains 7. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Setting up to pass. Escape. And Willie, no, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. $12 to go now on second down after the sack. Back to throw. And the gain only about 2 before he heads out. That means they're going to face third down.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Now to throw. And that's a touchdown. The catch is made, and they lead just before the end of this game.
Touchdown, Baltimore.
So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
Broncos 24.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Harvey now to return it. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Broncos running their offense out once again. They find themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Hits him on the out route. All right, so he stops the clock, but seconds still ran off on a gain of, only 3 or 4.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. Nix now to throw. Quick slant taken in by Waddle. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
At the 36-yard line.
In quite the time crunch here, Brock, but still 2 timeouts to burn. It's first down. Now Nix. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Denver calls the second of its 3 timeouts. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Once more, it's Nix. Brought in by his back, Dobbins. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Now the Broncos take their third and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Time not on their side here as they get set for first down. No timeouts remaining either. Next to throw again. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
It's second down and 10.
Throwing again. Here's Nix. This is for the ball game. Deflected. Oh, they couldn't bring it in off the tip drill, though. They had the chance they wanted, Brock, but no, that's how this one's going to end. So the Ravens will fly home with the win. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate